Also getting into the holiday spirit are retail centers in Boston's neighborhoods. As in past years, the calendar is full of tree lightings and special events. One of these will take place Saturday afternoon at 1:30 in Eggleston Square on the border of Roxbury and Jamaica Plain. A new feature this year is the opening of an exhibit at one of the area's businesses, the Millennium Restaurant. An opening reception will take place later the same afternoon, 4 to 6 p.m. And joining us are the Jamaica Plain artist, whose paintings will be on the wall, the co-founder of the Art for Life Gallery, George Anastos, and also with us is the other co-founder, Susan Navarre. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Okay. Thank you. George, talk about your profile in the neighborhood here, because you're not just somebody who did some paintings and they put them on the wall.
Yeah, I moved to Eggleston Square in Jamaica Plain around 1994, and I was a youth worker. I worked with a lot of youth, and I've always been painting in between, and then teaching kids visual arts. So part of me living in the neighborhood was wanting to have more art visible in the community. And starting with that, I've been looking around and around. I couldn't find any affordable places. And then the Millennium Restaurant said, put stuff on, do it now. So
Susan, talk about the idea behind the gallery you and George started up.
Well, we feel it's very important for people to have a chance to see artwork in their everyday life, because it's something that's beautiful, and there are lots of new ideas that people can get from artwork. And so this way, there's something to be seen right there in Eggleston Square when people are running their errands every day. They have a chance to walk in and take a look and just have a few minutes to commune with the artwork and be inspired. George,
talk about the work, because some people might say, oh, that's abstract, but pick it up from there. There's more to it, right?
Yeah, there's more to it. When about 2 years ago, I had left a full-time art teaching job, and I just wanted to pursue more painting. And about a month after that, I noticed I had 19 abstract paintings. And what happened was I just started some small sketches and started to paint on a specific canvas. So I gave myself a rule, 20 by 20, they had to be square and circular motions. And I just let it go from there, playing with color, and didn't think too much about it until I stepped back and thought, oh, this represents how I've been feeling. So I call it the juggling series. I was juggling a lot of things, trying to get unemployment, trying to get this, trying to get a job, trying to keep my relationship, because of leaving your full-time job. It wears on those things. So I just noticed that when you look at the work, it shows what I've been feeling, but I didn't realize I was going to achieve that until I finished the series.
When I look at these, I see these bright, intense colors, but also a look of dislocation.
And that's exactly it. I was together putting it down, but the rest of my life was kind of around, you know, trying to figure out, do I want to go back? Teaching is easy to do for me, and I'm good at it. Do I want to do that, or do I want to pursue the tough art career? And so it comes out that way.
So one of the things I picked up on, we have a shot of the paintings on the wall inside the restaurant, and I couldn't help but look at the colors of everything else in the restaurant and say, this makes sense.
They really look terrific together. Well, what we've seen is that kind of intense bright yellow color works very well for pulling out the color in the artworks themselves. As I was mentioning earlier, at the Museum of Fine Arts, they do the same thing. They use some intense colors on the walls, and that makes the colors in the paintings look particularly beautiful.
And I look at some of those colors. I know it's coincidental, because there's a restaurant, I think, oh, avocado.
Well, it's true. I mean, artwork is about the enjoyment of the senses, and so something that that makes it appeal to us is the way that it reminds us of other beautiful colors. And sometimes artworks can look really yummy. There are some artists that I've shown that their artwork looked a little bit like frosting, and it didn't exactly make you hungry to look at it, but it gave you a certain pleasure that came from how it looked like a delicious, light and fluffy frosting. And in George's case, I think that there's the energy of the movement and the idea of juggling, but also just the sheer pleasure of the colors and the way they interact with the surroundings.
George, one of the mysteries here is how something that could be so intensely personal and so freely artistic is also about making money in a neighborhood business district.
Yeah, I have to say that it is about money for me, since I've decided this is the road I'm taking to be a full-time painter, creator. Years ago, I was a commercial artist, so I did advertising for 15 years, and I understand what it takes for marketing. So I guess in my painting, some of that marketing and that shows up. You know, I do different series of things, and they all seem to, they're not flying off the walls just yet, but they seem to be appealing. And no matter, I have a series of fruits and vegetables, then I have this abstract, and they both seem to have some kind of marketing thing to it. And I think it's with the color choice that I understand and the composition. And it is about that right now.
And of course, you know, you got a bit of a captive audience. I'm not saying everybody who walks in for dinner wants to buy a painting, but they're going to be in there for a while, and they're going to have some time. They're going to look around while they're waiting for the food to come, right?
Yeah.
That's a terrific point, because art really invites you to sort of slow down and interact with the artist's ideas, the way that the artist is showing them to you on the artwork. You take some time and you'll notice different things in an artwork over time. That's one reason that people buy it, is because when they have it in their kitchen or in their living room, as they're sitting and having their coffee in the morning, the artwork that they see will look interesting and pretty to them in different ways.
Now, on Saturday, I know you have the reception a little after the tree lighting, but you also have plans beyond the holidays. So what do you see in the future?
Well, we're doing outreach right now to try to find more artists that are in the Jamaica Plain, Roxbury, Dorchester area who'd like to show their works. And so we're planning on having monthly exhibitions up, and they'll be a variety of different looks and different ideas. But we feel that there are people, some who want to make a living as an artist, others who aren't really making a living as an artist professionally, but they're still doing beautiful work, and they want to get their ideas out into the community. They want people that are their neighbors to have a chance to see what they've been making, what they've been accomplishing, what they want to communicate. And so we're planning on doing these exhibitions all year long, one every month.
George, when I think about quality of life, and this is talking about the space where these paintings are going to be, you can walk to a chain restaurant here and know it's almost the same thing as anywhere else. But I think in JP, Roxbury, people want something that they feel is unique. Yeah,
if you go up on Center Street in Jamaica Plain, almost every restaurant, every store has an artist represented. The realtors, they have art shows. They have something called First Thursday, and every first Thursday of the month, hundreds of people come and they go in and out of all the stores. Eggleston Square, people don't come as much that way for that. So our goal is to get that happening. And I like to do things bigger, harder, faster, but now I'm learning, scale it down, let's do one place, you know, at a time, and hopefully it'll connect on.
And just briefly, Susan, this is 4 to 6 on Saturday, an exact location of the Millennium Restaurant?
It's on Washington Street at 3094 Washington Street, right in the square.
All right, thank you both very much, Susan Navarre and George Anastos.
Well, thank you.